subject, celebrating the Lord of life. Today is Friday, July 3, 2020. The time is 7:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm just really enjoying the beauty of this cemetery. I don't know if you're seeing what I see. I don't know if you saw what I saw. I don't know if you care about any of this. I'm just saying this is, to me, I'm seeing new growth happening here, because I talked about the apostolate for family consecration tree. That huge limbs were just, there was a storm here that was just wiping out like major limbs of this tree that I saw grow from just a little nothing. It was nothing. The Apostolate for Family Consecration was founded inside Fatima. That's when my dad took almost 2 years to do a lot of deep soul searching, for sure 18 months. And then once he got done there, he did more soul searching at Marytown. It's now in Libertyville, Illinois, into year 2020. So like I said, today is July 3rd, 2020. Time 7:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Marytown used to be in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And my dad worked there. He found a job there when he found the house. My dad came and picked out the house for my mom. Now, I'm sure he sent her some pictures and stuff, but she stayed in Portugal while he came back to the States to reestablish a way to make a living and follow the calling that God gave him. My dad had a lot of strong characteristics. And my dad was, he grew up in the streets, street smarts. And my dad told me, I started to sell for Conacher Systems after I graduated high school. It was in the summer. And my dad called me in his office and he said, "Hey, Michael," this is when my dad was working at the Apostolate for Family Consecration full time. And my sister Lori and my sister Sherry, they were doing stuff to run Conacher Systems, and Sherry was saying she's just keeping it alive till I come, but she was collecting a paycheck. It wasn't like she was working for free, but she kept saying she was keeping it alive till I came. Well, I'm back. I'm ready now. We're going to build Conacher Systems, Conacher Enterprises. We're going to build all this kind of stuff. Roma Skill. It's all going to flow through Roma Skill as long as he behaves himself. So... And right now I own romaskill.com, but that's going to change. It's called accountable trust. It's important for us to trust each other, but trust doesn't mean that you can just, act like King Henry VIII. You can't do that. That's not properly serving your people. So there's this concept where trust grows to a certain point, and then these people turn into bullies. Well, we don't need bullies. My dad told me nobody likes a bully. Well, nobody likes getting their butts kicked either. And sometimes when you got people misbehaving, that's what they need. Whoops. See, you can't really see it too well, but I think I sprained my ankle slightly. It's just a slight mere flesh wound, a slight ankle sprain. It will walk that off. But yeah, I just walked in a ditch because I'm too busy looking at this thing here. This is just amazing that this cemetery is very open to life coming out of dead trees. It's like this cemetery seems Christian to me. Look at this. Is this George? You stumbled on a George here. That's the last name, George. Then we got Herbert. George Herbert Walker Bush. And we have Barbara Bush, Barbara Conacher, Cece, my eldest grandchild. Si Senor is a term I learned in Portugal. Very cool. So all I need is proper legal help so we can get people doing what they're supposed to do. Because money is a motivator for many people. Got a little light up here. Don't really see any cross. What is it? C-O-S-T. That's the last name. Cost. What's the cost? Well, it's going to cost you your life. You better live it correctly. So this is like a common thing, because I stumbled across the one. I just observed it on my way out of this cemetery about an hour ago. And I was thinking, wow, I've never seen a tree like that. And now I'm seeing a bunch of them. But those first couple that I saw are still very significant. My desire is to reconcile with my first Catholic wife at any time. But if I enter a new marriage, then my first Catholic wife will simply be my dysfunctional wife who chose to abandon me while I was doing God's will. And I told her, like right after she said yes, she would marry me. We were standing under the American flag on January 25, 1991. And we were standing along the rail of this outlook. There's only one major American flag on Mount Washington, Grandview, overlooking the city of Pittsburgh. And that's where I took her. Now, she knew it was coming. She's smart. You know, I mean, I'm not that good at, I'm not good at deceiving like that. So, but I did have her father's permission to marry her. I also told him, after I got his permission, if you need to talk about any details and you would like to talk to me, please, I would like to do that. So just let me know and we'll do that. This is the first tree that I saw. So after I was at the rail and I pulled out, and she knew that it was going to, she goes, no, let's go over. And so she moved away from the edge. She didn't want the rain to fall over the cliff. So we moved over closer to the flag, and I got down on my knee and asked her, will you marry me? She said yes. And then I was inspired to sing a song. And I think the song that I sang was, "Oh Jose, can you see?" Did I? I don't know if I sang the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem of the USA. I forget. It was something. No. I sang, "Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber ways of grain." And I want to take voice lessons with my daughter so we can both celebrate the gifts of our voice. I know there's certain exercises we can do, but I sang that song, "Oh, beautiful," to my beautiful wife. She still is. She's an awesome person, trapped in her own cage that she chooses to exist based on past sins being kept secret from her husband, that if she simply told me, we would have worked it out privately. Kept a secret, because it's really nobody else's business. But who I have sexual intercourse with and who my wife has sexual intercourse with is the business of me and my wife. And now, since I'm in the Joe Public business, we're just going to put it in public view. So if a woman is not truthful to me about who she's had sexual intercourse with, it's going to be a marriage problem. Because I'm not going to marry her without her telling everybody. Because we need to know names and number of times. So that if somebody wants to show up years later and say, hey, this, and that, then we're going to like, okay, let's look at the details. What are you talking about? And we're not going to settle for black holes. Nope. This tree is like amazing. Devastation. Termites. I don't know if you see, there's like bugs flying around here having a heyday. Enjoying nice, soft, rotten wood. This is the first tree that I saw in here, growing out another tree. And I think I'm okay accepting this one as being the Michael Conacher family tree. And perhaps I'm the small one here. And this bigger one is Ishmael. I think these two trees can coexist in Muslim family land. I'm uncomfortable with that because it's my understanding that Muslims are tolerant of other religious beliefs as long as you're not going to push your religious beliefs on their children. And I'm okay with that, but I cannot raise my children in a Muslim environment because I want them to be raised in a Catholic environment. But I will invest in Muslim family land, and I'll continue to invest in Catholic family land, but we have to do something to even the score a little bit. You even got grass growing up here. Now, how did the grass seed get up there? Right? I don't know. This nature is cool. Nature's very cool. I very much love nature, and I'm going to start doing more to enjoy nature and just invest in people that want to work, because I did my work. My work's done. We're done. We're so done. It's time just to celebrate the glory of God inside what God wants me to do. And you figure out what God wants you to do. And you got to get out of this mess you're in, and working your way out is a good way of doing it. And I'll help you inside God's will.